Hey everybody, it's Jasmine and today is going to be a full get ready with me. I don't have anywhere to go, but I thought it would be fun to incorporate a skincare portion in this video as well as a makeup portion, maybe a hair as well. I just thought it would be fun to switch it up a little bit. I truthfully haven't been masking as much as I'd like to during quarantine, and I actually was gifted these skincare items from Ofra, and I've already used it on Instagram. I did like an Instagram little video, and I wanted to use it here because I've accumulated more opinions about it, and I know some people were asking me a little bit more in depth about these, and so I wanted to use the Blemish treatment mask here first. This is going to be like your typical white clay mask, and right when you open it, there's like this strong scent of tea tree, and right now I'm kind of in my I was gonna say menopause, but it's not menopause, my pre-menstrual cycle phase right now. So my skin is asking for a little bit extra help right now, and although I'm not like completely breaking out, I do feel some spots under the skin, so that's why I'm gonna be reaching for this one. When I first applied this mask, I was like super freaked out. I was like, oh my god, why is this not applying evenly? And I was kind of getting a little irritated at it, but that's just the nature of this mask. So although it looks like it's patchy on the skin, you still get an even layer on the skin, so don't worry about it. This mask does claim to kill bacteria, which I think is very interesting. So normally when I am using this, I'm either using it on days where my skin is just super stressed out, or when I just need additional help, or just a simple detox to my skin if I haven't masked in a long time. For clay masks, I don't really have a timer. I like to just wait until it feels dry, not super dry because you don't want to strip the skin of its natural moisture. So typically for this type of layer, it's usually around 5 minutes and then I rinse it off. Now, I went on the Ofra website to search up some of these prices. Ofra Skincare is expensive, okay? It's just really out of everyone's budget. But Ofra did send me like a coupon code. It's not affiliate, so I don't get any commission. It's literally just a coupon code. It's Ofra20, so it's gonna give you 20% off. That's cool, but I do know that there are other like affiliated links. I think Patrick Starr has one for 30% off. I think Nikki Tutorials has one for 30% off as well. I kind of understand, like as a consumer, you know, you don't really want to spend like an astronomical price for a face mask, especially if you know that a brand isn't specialized in skincare. But I do feel like through the usage of the Ofra Skincare, because I do have more that I want to use here with you guys, I do know that my skin has been really enjoying it. So I find that for myself, I can recommend it because my skin really loves it. My skin is a normal skin type, and you know, I do get my breakouts here and there, but it's not anything super excessive. You guys really just know my skin. It's not anything crazy. But at the end of the day, you know, there are other coupon codes out there that'll save you more money than the one that Ofra gave me personally. And this may be super extra, but sometimes I do like to go in with a little bit of cleanser. I'm just using my Shiseido one, and I like to do like an extra cleanse just to make sure that all of the mask is off, because I don't want a blemish mask on my face for a super long time. And then to help cleanse my skin, I've been using the Foreo Luna Mini 3. It's pretty tiny, but I feel like it's still like a pretty good size. You also do need an app to install this. That was a little bit of a struggle for me because, you know, when I got it, I thought I could just turn it on and I thought it was broken, but you do need an app, and the app kind of just walks you through how to really use it. So that's really interesting. But I kind of just press it and turn it on. And once I turn it on, there's like this little glow boost setting, so it'll kind of count every second for you. So I like to start towards like the forehead, and because this is more of like a quick cleanse, I don't really do like the full 60 seconds sometimes, but it is recommended that you do use this for 60 seconds. And if I'm confessing something, I did have a fake Foreo one time in my life. And I think the main difference, if I'm reflecting back on when I did have the fake Foreo versus having a real one now, the silicone here is so much softer and so much just more luxurious on the skin. It doesn't feel like it's dragging the skin. Like if I just have it without it pulsating, it still just feels like a nice soft bristled brush on my skin, as opposed to something that's like super harsh and just dragging on my skin. I'm gonna go straight into serum. So this one's also by Ofra. This is their B5 serum. It has hyaluronic acid in it, and it's supposedly a dry skin saver. And if I'm being quite honest, this is like the most hydrating serum I think I've ever used. It's like so crazy. It like punches your face with hydration, and it literally stays there all day and all night. And then I'm going to apply some of this First Aid Beauty Niacinamide Brightening Cream under the eyes. This one to me is just hydrating. I don't use it all the time because it has a tint and because it has a pearlescent sheen. So I feel like the only time I'm ever using this is when I have like a no makeup day, or if I'm going to be doing my makeup in the morning. If you guys remember the time where I used to use the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector under the eyes, this kind of gives me the exact same effect, just in an eye cream. This right here, my friends, is the Peptide Moisturizer. It's a soothing wrinkle reducing cream. It also helps with reducing the size of your pores, just visibly, not actually reducing it. And it also helps with redness. And dare I say, this is one of the best moisturizers I think I've ever used. I hate it because will I ever repurchase it? Probably not. Even with that discount code, I think it's far too outside of my budget, quite frankly. But I think I really like this because normally with my skincare routines, you know, I will do a lot more steps in this. This is kind of like my bare minimum, if I'm being quite honest. But even if I do this bare minimum, my face feels hydrated. It's not like my skin feels like it's lacking moisture, because I talk a lot about some moisturizers, they just sit on top of the skin, they don't fully go down all the way through the layers of the skin. But this moisturizer really does sink in deep and also just feels hydrated to the touch, which is amazing, and that's why I like it. And I also feel like because it reduces the redness of my skin just ultimately looks even if I don't have any foundation on. And most importantly, let's go in with some sunscreen. This one is by Shiseido. I don't know what this is called. I think this is the Senka brand. I don't read Japanese, but it's SPF 50. And I like to do a little line on my fingers here. And usually you want about this much for your face and then more for your neck and chest. But because I am gonna be inside today, I don't really need like a whole bunch on my neck and chest because I'm not really doing anything. And like after this, I'm gonna change into like a regular t-shirt. I mean, that's not to say you should skip it, but I'm not gonna use a whole bunch, you know? This sunscreen is amazing because like all Shiseido sunscreens, they smell amazing. It doesn't smell like sunscreen, but this also packs in a lot of moisture, and it also just helps with the skin's elasticity and just helps it just not age as fast. I guess what I'm trying to say is like you can kind of compare like this formula to the Benefion's formula, where if you use it at a young age like me, then you're essentially preventing your skin from aging, and I think it's great. It's amazing. Love it. We're gonna start off with the Touch in Sol No Poreblem Primer. There's a lot of new makeup I wanted to actually use today as well, but you guys know Touch in Sol is on my 2-pan list, my 2020 project pan list. So we're gonna be using that today as a base. And you know what? With the Ofra moisturizer and the Shiseido sunscreen all together, I don't really need a whole bunch of primer because my skin already is super soft. I find that my foundations on top of it, you know, if I forget primer for some odd reason, my foundations don't look creasy, and it still looks really nice and soft and smooth and succulent. So the primer is always optional whenever I do use the Ofra plus the Shiseido. Since we're in the realm of new makeup, I do have the Touch in Sol Pretty Filter Foundation, and I do want to do an updated Touch in Sol full face video, but I've never used this one before, so today's a great day. I think I have the shade medium here. Yes, I do. Oh, that's a pretty good match. Considering that they only have 6 shades, this is very surprising. Wow. This texture is very different from their original foundation. I did already do like a full face of Touch in Sol before. Their original foundation was a little bit more watery and a little bit more lightweight. This one has like this serum-y texture to it, so it has a little bit of grip, but upon blending it, it looks a little bit better blended than the older foundation. This has a solid medium coverage. I think that my skin, you could definitely see some redness peeking through. Like I mentioned, I did have some acne that's like under the skin, and I feel like in some parts of my face, you can see that redness peeking through. You can see some of my very minor sunspots peeking through, but I don't think it's anything like super horrible. It's like not cakey at all. It looks really soft and healthy. I do want to maintain this like glowy base. I think it's really pretty. So I think the best concealer that I have to complement this would be the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Concealer. I have the shade Light 45W. And I'm just gonna go right under the eyes here and a little bit on the sides of the nose and chin. I love the Pretty Fresh Concealer by Colourpop. It is so amazing. I'm surprised I haven't finished it with the amounts of times I've been using it. Like, it is so amazing. I think it like really embodies just like fresh faced. It's so good. I zoomed you guys in because we're gonna be working on the eyes. Now, for years, you guys have been begging me to use Profusion, and although I have used Profusion like here and there, it's been mostly things that you see at the dollar store, like the rejects, you know? But I decided on Memorial Day weekend that I was gonna pick up a few things, and I ended up getting, let's see, like a couple of items here. I feel like it's a pretty good amount for this video to just try out. The first thing that I have is their Good Brow Day Brow Duo, which has a brow pencil and a brow mascara. I of course purchased the shade Dark Brown because that's usually my shade in all brow pencils. And so far, this is like a very stiff brow pencil. It doesn't feel waxy at all, which is great, especially if you don't like that waxy feeling. I personally don't mind it. I just don't like it when it feels overly waxy, but this one immediately just feels very dry and hard. I usually stop my fill in here and then blend in the rest with the spoolie, just so it looks a little bit more natural. So far, so good. I mean, it builds up really well, blends out really well. The spoolie is really nice. Nothing really to complain about. And then let's try out this little brow mascara here. You know, considering the size of this, it's actually pretty big, and you get like the tiniest little brush, which I didn't really expect. Did I apply too much in the front? I did. I really did. Oops. The brow gel was a very dry texture. It did deposit color into my brows for sure. They do look darker. And I don't know if I like that. But I'm going to move on to my eyes because maybe I just need some balance in the eye department. So I actually got the Gold Rush palette. I thought that this was super cute because it had a lot of yellow tones in here. And I think out of all the palettes, this one kind of excited me the most, which is why I got it. For this eye look, I'm also going to be using the new Real Her makeup brushes. I love the fact that they have so many different sizes of blending brushes. I'm going to start off with the biggest one, which is Know Your Worth. Period. Love it. And I'm gonna start by taking Slippers, which is the white cream in the palette, and I'm just going to set my eyelid, all of the concealer that's on my eyelid in place. I'm gonna take Likeable just to deepen up the crease just a little bit. It's really close to my skin tone, so it doesn't really show up, so I'm gonna go ahead and deepen it up with another shade. We're gonna go in with Serendipity and popping this into the crease. Another shade that's very close to my skin tone. It's just yellow. But I really wanted this to be more of like a yellow crease as opposed to like a super brown crease. I'm gonna switch the brush into something a little bit smaller. This one is I Embrace Change, and this one's gonna go straight into the shade here called Camel, and this is gonna go into the direct crease just to really add a little bit more definition. And can I tell y'all what happened when I ordered my Profusion order online? So I guess they offered like a free box of goodies if you spend $40 or more, and I actually spent just $40. Like, I just reached that minimum. And when my order came in, I had 2 whole boxes, 1 box with my order and 1 box filled literally to the brim with free items. So I opened the box and literally, I think I got a box full of returns. And I literally emailed customer service and I said, hey, you know, all of these have been swatched, it's been touched, it's all shattered. What can we do about it? And then they sent me an email and they had said, oh yeah, we'll respond back in 24 hours. It's literally been 2 weeks now. No reply. And I'm scared to send them a DM because it's like, it's a free gift, you know what I mean? Like, is that something to really like complain about? But I feel like I got a box of returns. I don't know. By the way, this shade is really beautiful. That one is wow. Wow. Really pretty, love her. This palette is not bad at all, but I think I expected a little bit more. I think I expected a little bit more pigment. I mean, it is pigmented, and then I'm taking Goddess on my finger and patting that on. I don't know. I think I just had higher expectations because everyone was raving about it in my comments. So I thought, oh, pretty soft, pretty subtle. This palette doesn't go super dark, so that's as far as I got it. I think it's still pretty cute. I also bought another palette here. I thought it would be fun because I don't have anything like this in my collection. A palette with just all mattes. And I know it looks really boring, but the only other palette that I have like this is the Tarte Clay Play. But that one's really big and really bulky, and I just thought, you know, maybe I could get something that's like smaller, more compact. So maybe I'll use this for my lower lash line, but I actually want to go in with some eyeliner first. I ended up buying their Wing It Super Fine eyeliner, and I hope that this is a brush tip. She's a felt tip. That's fine, it's okay. This eyeliner is actually pretty good. I think that this is the type of felt tip liner that I could get by because it is so thin and so flimsy that it feels like a brush tip. I'm gonna go in with a really small brush. This one is also by Real Her, and this one is Make a Difference. And I'm gonna take a Fire because I think that, you know, with the warm tones, I think it'll tie everything in together. And I'm going to apply this just on the outer corner here of that lower lash. I'm gonna take some of Fly, I'm gonna dust some off, and then blend that towards the edge. And we have a little bit of yellow left on this brush, so we're just gonna use that. I have yellow skin, so this acts as a transition. And so I'm just gonna dust that right on the edge of those 2 shades here. Kind of want to go back into this big palette here, and I want to do maybe a little bit of Winter, which is like a beautiful like golden shimmer. And I definitely want to put that in the inner corner here. And let's go in and put it into the brow bone. I feel like we don't do brow bone highlights enough. We're gonna apply their Lash Out Loud mascara. This one claims to length, volume, and lift. I feel like every single mascara on the market has those 3 claims, and I'm just like, doesn't really though at this point, like doesn't really. So we'll see. This is a very dry textured mascara. If you are somebody who hates, you know, the immediate smudging that some wet mascaras will give you, you might like this. However, I feel like this is a little too dry. Like, it does gather on my lashes, and my lashes are looking thicker. They are holding the curl really well. However, it's just so dry. I'm still ride or die with my Essence Lash Princess, to be quite honest. Here's something exciting. We have some lashes. This one's in the style Oh My Lashes. These are handmade and cruelty-free with a flexible, comfortable, invisible band. I had to step away because I wanted to eat a little bit. And the lashes had its chance to settle, and I feel like these are pretty short. Like, I don't ever reach for lashes this short unless I'm going for like a super, super natural look. This really is one of those styles that just have a lot of length, like right in the center, which is not necessarily the look that I'm going for. If you have a more rounded eye shape, then you'll probably really like these lashes, but I prefer lashes with more of like a cat eye flare to it, just because it accentuates my personal eye shape way better. So let's go ahead and move on. I'm gonna just scoot back a little bit here. I do feel like my face just needs a little bit of bronzer and blush, so I did buy their 5-color face palette here. They had a lot of options for the face, but I kind of wanted to get like an all-in-one type of palette. The palette did come with a brush, but I'm going to use this for my blush application. So I'm going to go in with this top shade here. I feel like that one was probably like the most promising as far as like bronzer shade for me, like on their website. I didn't want to get like a whole bronzer palette because I had too many bronzers. This shade is very similar to my Too Faced Milk Chocolate, where it's there, but it's not dark enough. So we're just gonna keep working with it. If anything, I'll go into that eyeshadow palette and use a shade in there, because that's kind of why I bought it too. I thought that it would be a great travel palette because, you know, in case I forgot like a bronzer, like maybe I could grab a shade in the eyeshadow palette. I don't know. Yeah, let's go ahead and transition into that eyeshadow palette. Let's take this shade right here. I think that one looks promising. I don't know. Is that doing anything? I feel like it is. I think it is a little bit darker than the bronzer. I'm feeling for this like hotter pink blush. I don't know. There's something about like brighter pinks with yellows that I think is really beautiful. So we're gonna do that with the brush that was provided with this palette. It definitely shears out, huh? But it does have a nice glow to it, which I think is really pretty. And then let's go in with that highlight that is provided for us. Not the most blinding, but it is subtle, it is soft on the skin. For lips, I'm going to do the Fenty Beauty Slip Shine Lipstick. You guys have seen me do a lip swatch as well as a review last week on my channel. And I'm going to use the Goji Gang shade. So I told you guys I was going to do like a hair portion. So what I am gonna do in my bathroom, because I don't have any room to show you guys, I'm gonna just blow dry my bangs, and I focused the blow dryer right here. So I'm gonna do that off camera, and then I'm gonna come back on and show you how I just style the rest of my hair. So once I blow dried the bangs, this is what it looks like. Haven't touched it, don't really apply any more heat, and this is like my natural hair, and I already went ahead and applied a little bit of Moroccan oil. This one's just by OGX, and I only apply just a very, very little bit, and I like to focus this around the ends because once my hair really dries, it gets a little frizzy, and because my hair is damp right now, it has been air drying throughout this entire video. This kind of helps prevent it from getting like too poofy for me. And the headband that I'm wearing is from Michaels. I found it on sale. And just like that, we are completed with my full get ready with me. Today I don't really have anything really to do. I'm just gonna clean all of this makeup that I have on my desk, and I'm really happy to say that I am done with all of my fake nail press-on fundraiser that I've been doing during these past couple of weeks. I hope that all of the nails by now, I know I'm filming in advance, but I hope that we could sell out all of the nail sets, because once they are all sold out, that's when I'll cap the donations. And I'm just really happy because last night I had finished like my last set of nails, and I hope that one day I could come back with more sets for my Etsy and offer you guys something really fun fun and cute. So I hope that you guys all really enjoy the nail sets. I'm hoping that when you guys see this video that you guys can still check out some of my press-on nails on Etsy. 75% of the proceeds do get donated to blacklivesmatter.com, as well as the transgender district of SF, and I'm really excited about it. I just cannot believe that, you know, I just sit down and have like nothing in mind to do, and you guys just end up loving what I do anyways. Like, it's just kind of crazy. Like, I'll just sit here, come up with a design, and I'll be like, oh, this is cute. And then you guys are like, yes, I love it. And it just like hypes me up like to like another level. I'm just so incredibly thankful for you guys. And we raised over $200, almost $300, like as I am speaking right now. And that is just absolutely insane. Crazy. I am just so incredibly thankful for you guys for even, you know, supporting like what I'm doing here, as well as just wanting to donate part of your proceeds. You know, it's just crazy. It's just amazing, and I love to see it. So I hope you guys all enjoy this one, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. I love you guys so much. Mwah. Peace out, Girl Scouts.